What's up guys, Jay here and welcome to a special video. Today I'm taking a break from going through all the technical and mechanical overviews and I want to talk a bit more socially and generally. I'm sure it's no surprise to find out at this point that I absolutely adore playing Deep Rock Galactic, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. There are plenty of other games that I like playing as well, but no matter what happens, I keep being drawn back into the minds of Hoxus. A lot of people I've interacted with while playing this game have had similar experiences, so it begs the question that I have heard so many people ask. Why is DRG so fun and enjoyable? Well, that's the question that we are going to answer today. Now, trying to boil down this game's success is no easy task, because as you'll soon see, there are a lot of factors that play into it. But I think I was able to break down the 10 main things that help set Deep Rock Galactic apart and shine in a gaming industry that is unfortunately falling into many bad practices. So if you guys are ready, here are 10 traits that make Deep Rock Galactic a once-in-a-generation game. By the way, if you like this video and want to see more, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss another upload. First up, we have a very important feature, that being a strong focus on cooperative gameplay. The key word that I want to bring attention to is focus on cooperative play. There are plenty of games out there that have a strong sense of cooperation, but at least in my experience, very few of them have been able to match Deep Rock Galactic's attention given to working together. I'm not sure about you guys, but I personally am not a big fan of the battle royale and hyper shooter craze that's been in the gaming industry for the last few years now. Games like Fortnite, PUBG, and Call of Duty Warzone that have a very strong focus on competition and winning over anything else. Don't get me wrong, some good PvP can be very fun once in a while, but in the modern era of video games, it's way too easy for a player to fall into the try-hard type of gameplay since that's how those games are made. All of that is made null and void here as the teamwork and camaraderie in DRG is top-notch, making it an unforgettable multiplayer experience. It's not about the individual player, but the team as a whole. It's not about killing the most bugs, but about completing the mission. If your team is having fun and working together well, that's more valuable than any level kill streak. Even if you are running an insanely unoptimized build that really shouldn't work, you can still have a great time, because it's all about playing with your buddies, picking your class, and having a great time. Which leads me to the next trait the game has to offer, that being unique and diverse class customization. The game offers 4 distinct character classes, each with their own abilities and playstyles: the Nimble Scout, the Mighty Driller, the Versatile Engineer, and the Durable Gunner. The variety keeps the gameplay fresh and exciting. Now, class-based co-op games are nothing new, and many great games have that format, like Killing Floor, Darktide, and Earth Defense Force. But DRG does its class-based system very well in the sense that the classes are all made with enough similarities to make it not feel too jarring to try a different class, but different enough to feel like they are needed for specific situations. Each class is meticulously made to complement each other in numerous ways so that no matter what combination you have during a mission, you can always make the situation work effectively. Each class also provides a unique gameplay style so that whatever role you typically like to play in most games, you could probably find a class in this game that fits that very well. For instance, in my case, I like to play the support or assistance role in most games that I play with my friends. So the engineer was an immediate interest to me because he is versatile, but also able to help cover his allies very well. If you are someone who likes to do heavy damage and cause mass amounts of bug death like my friend Tom, then the gunner would be the perfect choice for you. Full disclosure, when I first started playing this game, I didn't really see the point to the driller class. His weapons seemed very random and his whole kit was very niched, which at first I didn't really see the point of. Now he's become one of my favorite classes to play and I could see the full value of what he does. It's things like this that make the classes in DRG so much fun to play. The classes also play into the next thing, which is the progression and pacing. No matter what game you are playing, you want to feel like you are working towards something, and depending on what game you are playing, that can be difficult to tell. When starting out in Deep Rock Galactic, it's very easy to tell what you should be doing and how to get to the things that you want. In the early game, leveling up your class will unlock more weapons and upgrades for said weapons and equipment to make that class even stronger. Increasing your player rank will unlock more options in the in-game cosmetic shop for you to acquire with in-game currency. Once you hit max level with a class, however, it doesn't stop there. In fact, it's only just the beginning. Once you promote your first class, they gain access to deep dives, machine events, matrix cores, and so much more content to unlock and experience that you will have plenty of things to work towards for some time. That's not even to mention progression on the free season pass and all of the goodies that you can acquire through that. Simply put, the sense of progression is not only present, but insanely well developed, giving you so much stuff to work towards that you will never feel like you're wasting time. What's even more impressive than the amount of progression in the game is the relatively low level of commitment required to obtain it. There's nothing more demoralizing than playing a game for hours and hours on end and having barely little, if anything, to show for it, because what you want to get just takes too much time. Not only does DRG have a ton of things to work towards, but you can work at them whatever pace you want. Not everyone has the ability to play games for 8 hours straight in order to obtain something. For instance, at the time of making this video, Starfield recently came out, and I have been really enjoying playing it. However, in order to make any real progress on what you are doing, you have to put a good amount of time into whatever questline or faction mission you are doing. It's hard to play a game like Starfield for only like 30 minutes and make any crazy significant progress. Heck, yesterday playing, I spent a good 2.5 hours and all I did was change my ship. In DRG, you can progress at whatever pace you want. If you only have time for 1 or 2 missions, you will still get a lot out of it, which is great for players with limited time, and makes it a great drop-in, drop-out style game, which isn't too common nowadays. However, even if you only have time for 1 or 2 missions, I guarantee those missions will be interesting and unique because of the dynamic environment and mission parameters. The game uses procedurally generated environments so that every mission feels unique, with constantly changing caves and terrain. Not to mention the number of different random events that could happen at any moment, like meteor showers to rival machinery to hostile plant life. You could select the exact same mission over and over and over again and get wildly different results each time you go through it. You'll never get tired of exploring these dynamic worlds, and it adds a level of replayability that's hard to beat. And that's not even talking about another advantage, that being DeepRockGalactic has stunning visuals and audio. The game has a very pleasing and beautiful design style to it, which is very surprising because if you look closely, the game has a very polygonal and rough, almost blocky look to it. It has that grizzled, almost 64-bit type of polygon style with a cartoony look to it that not only works really well, but also gives the game a ton of charm. The sound design also works well to complement this visual style, with good mood-setting ambient tracks as well as solid sound effects for the bugs and equipment. And I mean, the soundtracks? Need I say any more? Aside from the soundtrack itself and the rest of the sound design in the game, the voice acting and overall humor is also just a ton of fun. DeepRockGalactic doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's a really good thing. The voice acting is fantastic, and the game's humor shines through with the witty banter between your dwarf character and Mission Control. Everyone loves to hear Mission Control freak out about spamming "we're rich" over and over again for a whole minute.
Tick-tock, team. We're not getting any younger here.
It's a game that'll make you laugh while you dig deep, and some of the little details just make the game that much more enjoyable. Like the fact that you use a canteen of beer to revive your allies, or that one of the dwarves really likes Chinese food and energy drinks because their room is filled with it. The humor is a great addition to this game and helps break the seriousness just enough to give you a good laugh while still keeping you focused on the mission at hand. Outside all of the things that we've talked about so far, what's even better is that the developers at Ghost Ship Games are continually supporting the game with updates and new content. You can expect fresh missions, cosmetics, and even new enemies to keep the adventure alive. Each season brings new things to use, whether it be weapons, new equipment, or new events or activities to take part in. There's always something new coming to the game. At the time of making this video, the Oktoberfest celebration is about to release, so there are plenty of things to do for that, but that's just one of the many different events that they release all the time. Plus, the devs are very active with engaging with the community, so if you ever need a question answered, they will most likely assist you. Another way that the devs at Ghost Ship Games set themselves apart from others in their field is their business model that they have given to their game. In an age of premium battle passes, overpushed cosmetic shops, and ways to pay your way to skip content, DeepRockGalactic stands tall as a testament to the claim that you don't need to bleed your community dry of money for them to continue to play your game. There are zero necessary microtransactions in this game. If you want to experience the full extent of what this game has to offer, it will cost you the one-time purchase of $30 US, which itself is completely insane in an age of $60 or even $70 releases. There is no premium currency you need to get certain things, there's no cosmetic shop with deals that the game puts in your face at every point, and all of the content that is released for this game is made completely free. Season Pass, free. Content update, free. New weapons and equipment, free. The only things that you can purchase in the game are several select purely cosmetic packs that are just that, cosmetic and nothing else. There are not that many of them, and they are primarily there to show your support and give the devs a little extra help, but they by no means affect gameplay at all, and you have access to everything the game has without them. Plus, the content doesn't get locked away at the end of a season. If you don't get everything on a particular pass by the end of a season, it'll either get put into the in-game cosmetic shop or added to the pool of cosmetics that you can get from crates and rewards during missions. They somehow made it so that the fear of missing out is almost completely impossible in this game, which is a testament that cannot be understated. So we've covered gameplay, mechanics, business practice, and all of those things are fantastic. But there is one thing greater than all others that helps set this game apart, and that is the amazing community. The Deep Rock community is one of the friendliest and most engaged gaming communities that I have ever had the pleasure and privilege to be a part of. No matter where you go on the internet, it's almost inevitable that you'll meet at least one other Deep Rock Galactic fan somewhere in the midst. It's a game where you can just have a blast with people you're playing with, and you don't even need a mic. Once the rock and stones start being chanted, you know you're in for a great time. Sure, there may be one bad egg every now and then, and it's impossible for a game to not have anyone like that, but in my time playing this game, I have had more good encounters with players than I think I have had in my entire gaming career. It's because every aspect of this game promotes and teaches cooperation and teamwork. From the gameplay, to the classes, to the humor, to the barrier of entry, whether you're a seasoned graybeard with 500 hours or a newbie greenbeard with only 5 hours, you'll find plenty of fellow miners to team up with and have a blast. And at the end of the day, that's why we play these games together. Well, there you have it, guys. 10 amazing reasons why Deep Rock Galactic is an absolute gem of a game. If you have never seen this game before and you are on the fence about it, I can guarantee you it will be one of the best $30 you will ever spend on a game. Just to be clear, this is what I personally love about the game and what I think make it stand out. If you have other things that you love about it that I didn't mention, let me know down below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like because it tells me what types of videos you want to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time for another video.